Good morning, brothers and sisters. Brother John from Watchmen for That Great Day, here to share some amazing information with you. I have a video from a suspicious observer that was taken of Comet sighting spring. Actually, it's not there. It's just a NASA feed. But it's an interesting video, and I want to show you. It was posted on the 20th of October 2014. The comet sighting spring passed by Mars on October 19th, 2014. Now I'm trying to show you something. I'm going to make a case for a speculative sign that is in the heavens. Now, Brother Matthew Wright, the code searcher, had on his code that when sighting spring passed by Mars, that it would collide. Or, the word collide was in his code, and he had expressed that it would collide. But what he just made, which I definitely recommend that you watch, is the newest video of the interview with Jonathan Matthew Wright with Gil Brizard. Very good video. I applaud them both, and great work. But I'd like to share with you in my feeble way, I guess I have to say, because I'm still not tech savvy enough to take pictures and place them on my video, but I can take my camera and turn it on to the screen and give you some understanding. All right, so here we go. I'll be letting a little piece of this video, let him talk for a second, and I'll pause it at a certain point. And I want you to listen and watch this carefully. Listen to what he says. So here we go. Let me turn the camera around. Let me get this out of the way. So I got to turn it so I can see as well. Okay. Alright, here we go. Sorry I'm taking so long. I want to get set to the right so we can give you an idea here. Alright. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, here we go. Watch.
The real interesting thing happened on the SLU live feed. Just as a bright light appeared at the bottom rim of Mars, which was about 30 minutes after close approach.
Alright, so that I'm going to show you. So basically, what you saw, that you're seeing there with the bright light, okay, just below Mars, and what he just said was they canceled the feed when this object here came and brightened the whole planet up. It was a brightened planet. Okay, this is comet sighting spring had already passed by about 30 minutes past, from the time that comet sighting spring passed. It was 30 minutes past the planet. Roughly, he says. He doesn't give an exact 30 minutes, but it was about. But what I find interesting, and I started to do some calculations on this object, right? Now, what you're looking at is this object right here. This is the effect of comet sighting spring, and this is a lighting up. This here is a lighting up of planet Mars. It's the object that's being lit up. Okay? Now, let me further my case, my cause here. So what I did was I did a calculation. So let's go to the calculator and watch this. I'm sorry for my feebleness. I got to apologize. But watch, we'll go to the calculator. Now, on the calculator, let me get my picture back up here. Let me get my There we go. So I can see. I can't see what you're looking at unless I turn my camera on. All right. So. All right. Okay. God, help me here. Right. Here's the calculator. This is important. All right. I guess we can see that. Okay. So. I found out that Mars is 225 million miles from Earth, okay? So what I did is I said, all right, well, if there was a 30-minute delay, okay, because it was after it passed by roughly about 30 minutes, okay? So I said, well, 225 million 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There you go. 225 million divided by 186,000 miles per second, which is the seconds it takes light to travel. And I divided the two numbers, and what does it come up with? Equals 1,209 seconds, 0.67741, you know. All right. And then we divide that by 60 to find out how many minutes. Watch this number very closely. Look at the number. First of all, look at the number. What's it say? 2016. I mean, this is so amazing. Can you see that? I hope you can. I hope we're looking at it. 2016. All right, let me bring up my little camera over here so I can see if we're looking at this thing properly. Yep, there it is. There's the number. 2016. 2016, what else? 1290, see? 1290, 322, and 6. Very interesting, yes? Yes. Very interesting. As far as I can see, that's about as interesting as it gets. Now, this is the number that calculates out, and what does it calculate out to? The 2016 is actually, it's 20.16, and 20 minutes, all right? It took 20 minutes for the light, when after siding spring had passed, it took 20 minutes for that light to hit Earth. Okay? That's how long it took before Earth could see what they were looking at on that siding spring video. Okay? And I wish I had a little better way of doing this, but I don't. I'm sorry. So here we go. So there's what you guys are looking at. That was Comet siding spring right there, and that was Mars. But it took 20 minutes, 20.16 minutes for that light to shine like that, to get to the Earth so we could see that. Now, interesting because of the 2016, right? That's this view. But now let me bring another thought to you. Now this is speculative, but it gives you an object that is lit up, alright? There's the lighting up. This is a huge thing. It's a huge sign. So, really, what it comes down to, and I have to bring it to you like this. Like I said, it's a speculative thought, theory, whatever, but here's where rubber meets the road, okay? In Revelation 12, it reads, "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman, which we know now to be Virgo, clothed with the sun," and the understanding of that is not that it's the sun, not that it's our sun, but it's an illuminated body. You know, Gil Brizard, if you're familiar with any of Gil Brizard's understanding, he speaks to this this situation. It's not our sun, because if it was the sun, you would not have seen the constellation. So if the sun's out, it's daytime, you can't see the constellation. All right? So it's nighttime, you're seeing the constellation, or John was seeing the constellation of Virgo, and it was lit up. That's the words, lit up, okay? And the moon would definitely be under her feet. He would be, remember, there's the moon. So it can't be the sun and the moon at the same time. Clothing, you see what I'm saying? It can't, the sun can't clothe the Virgo, because you wouldn't see her. But the moon, you wouldn't be able to see the moon if the sun was out. So it's a double whammy. It's like, okay, well, what does this mean? First of all, it's not our sun. It's an illuminated body or an object, an illuminated object. All right, you're starting to get the drift here. So an object that happens to be in the area of the constellation of Virgo is going to be lit up. And so I give you evidence here of what happened when Comet Siding Spring passed by Mars. This comet right here, that's right here, passed Mars, and roughly 30 minutes or 21 minutes later, or 20 minutes, 20.16 minutes, lit this thing up so that the Earth could see it, this light. The same thing can happen in the constellation of Virgo. All right, now it's interesting, and I just noticed this, that this thing is almost like if you were to say that this was an eye and this was a teardrop, because that's what it looks like. It looks like a teardrop coming out of an eye. All right, and it just so happens that there's a comet coming on the 22nd of March, which would be the 12th of Nisan if we're going according to Nisan. All right? And it's called the Eye of God. It's called 2016 BA 14. I think that's what the number is. Let me see. I just wrote this down just last night. Yes? Sister of mine and I were talking, and my God, she told me this, and I nearly jumped out of I was amazed. So, it's also Jupiter, the king star, is in Leo, okay? I mean, there is so much going on right now. So much, all right? Let me bring something else up and show you here in my feeble way here. Watch this. I'll bring this up. I've got to show you this, because you know what? If I don't show you this, I'm lacking in my duties as a watchman. Alright, here we go. I'm going to bring that up on Stellarium. I'm going to show you it on the... Alright, here we go. Got to bring it around. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Hang out with me. Got to bring up the right time. Alright, here we go. I'm going to put my picture up again so I can see what we're looking at. Here we go, back to the screen. What are we looking at? What am I looking at? Okay, here we go. Oh man, it's not gonna work. Hold on, I gotta go back to Stellarium, folks. Hang out with me. So I have to get it in like this, and then I can bring you back. Hold on. You're probably looking at it, but I have to bring the date and the time. Get this guy in here. Okay, the 17th. Let's see. 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, here we go. March the 26th. All right. Here we go. And one more. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, now let's see if we can see what we're looking at. Yep, we're not quite looking at it yet. Oh, yeah, it's very difficult with doing it like this, but I want you to see this so badly. Let's see if I get it. Alright, I'll just show it to you. Alright, so here's the woman. The woman's right here. Okay? Moon under her feet. See the moon? Moon under her feet, right? Because it says that the scripture says a sign appears in the heavens, Revelation 12, a woman clothed with the sun or an illuminated body. Okay, you don't see any illuminated body in there yet, do you? No, there's no illuminated body. There's the woman. That's Virgo, the Virgin. Here goes Leo. I'll give you a picture of Leo. Turn the screen over this way. There's Leo. Now, notice something here. God, I'm so sorry about all that, how sloppy this is. I know it's sloppy. Please bear with me. Please bear with me. I got to show you. These two, there's a star here, and there's a star here. You see? Right there. There's two stars, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Those two stars in ancient times were drawn into Leo. And more. It wasn't just those. There was a total of about 15 stars to draw up Leo. But the original drawing had 11 stars, not 9. Okay? Now there's 9 stars from his tail, and then it says 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, but 10, 11. Look at where Jupiter is. See? Jupiter right in his foot. That makes the 12 stars. That's the crown of 12 stars. There's Regulus. Right there. Regulus. The king. Right? Leo the Lion of Judah, the King Star, okay? All in as a crown for the Virgin. The moon under her feet. On when? And the important thing is, on when is it? Right there. Can you see that? Hopefully. There's the date. Oh, I hope it comes up. I can't see it. Anyway, I see it. It's the 3rd, which is March 26th, 2016. All right, now I'm getting out of this. Sorry. But understand that when I'm telling you that I just showed you something here, that in the Virgin, there's going to be an object. Now, here's my thought, and here's where the speculation comes in. The moon is under her feet. She's crowned with the 12 stars, which counts as Leo, and, you know, the 11 stars that ancient times drew in for Leo, as well as Jupiter, the king star. And there's an object possibly in the area of Virgo that will light up. So now back to the first part of the video where I showed you how Mars was lit up by Comet Siding Spring. And I just told you there is a comet that is passing by. I'm not sure where the area is, so it could just be another comet, but it just happens to be called the Eye of God. And it's a comet. They first thought it was an asteroid, and then they reclassified it because it has a tail. And that thing is, it's called the Eye of God. And that when the picture I showed you in the beginning of this video with Mars and Siding Spring, it looked like a teardrop coming out of an eyeball. The numbers, when you add the numbers together of how far the distance was away and how long it took that light to get to the Earth, it's 20.16. 2016. I mean, come on. Obviously, God is trying to tell us something. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. It's the night is far spent. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. We're there. This is an important video, no matter how sloppy it might seem to you. I'm doing my best, all right, to bring out information that I am seeing. So let's just look at it one more time. If there's an object in Virgo, and remember this, when we're looking at Virgo in the heavens, the stars can be 50 light years away, 10 light years away. They're very distant stars. Some are closer, some are further out. But we're looking at them and we're like drawing lines, or there's the idea of the lines is that it makes a shape, or that way it's a constellation, okay? And the area behind the stars is vast, all right? So we don't know how far an object has to be or how close, or the area is also vast. So in that area, if there's an object and a comet, which I just told you, there's one that's passing by Earth or who knows what area, I must find out. There's a few feelers I have out already. I've already asked some questions to Steve Olson. I hope he'll watch his channel, because he shows every day, pictures and videos and people that are taking pictures of the sky from around the world, all sky cams. I mean, this whole thing it's obvious that there's something there, okay? But there's an object that most likely I'm believing is in Virgo that will be lit up when a comet or something agitates it or comes by it to where it lights up. A discharge, a plasma discharge, whatever you want to call it. But that's the clothing that's the clothing of the Virgin with the sun, as the scripture reads. So, brothers and sisters, again, I'm not sure exactly how much more time we have, but if you're not watching at this time, we're in a time where now there's a debate over whether it's Nisan or second Adar, all right? Whether it's the 13th month or whether it's Nisan. Let's keep watch, because, there's going to be deception at the very last of the last. So keep watching and don't be deceived. Just keep watching. That way you won't be deceived. When you're watching and you're alert to what's going on in the world, yeah, there's a lot of information. Yeah, there's a lot of disinformation. Yeah, there's people saying, from one side of the spectrum to the other side. But I'm here to tell you, as watchmen for that great day, that I believe in my heart of hearts, and my spirit is telling me we're close. And, I could be wrong again. We might not be as close as I think, but for sure, this year is going to bring us amazing things. Let's not lose heart in believing that the day is upon us, because literally when the day happens, it's gone, it's done, it happens and it's done. So if you're not watching at this time, you better be. Really, just get into the understandings of everything that's going around and going on, and you're going to have, God's going to deliver things to your heart and to your thoughts and understanding that you might not have ever seen before. And so just keep yourself aware and stay alert and be ready. I always tell people I've got my boots and my goggles on and I'm ready to get just taken out. Okay, I'm ready to go up to meet the Lord in the air. Whatever that means, it's coming. We're going. So God bless you. Have a great day. I'm sorry for the early part of the sloppiness, but you know what? I'm trying to give you the information, and I hope it blesses you. In Jesus' name, have a great day. Hope to hear from you, and I hope to make another video shortly. All right, but keep watching. That's the most important thing. God bless. Brother John, out.